Hello, my friends. Happy Friday. Welcome to episode 76 of Why Did I Buy This? This series started as a way to help my crafters find unique ways to use the products that they have in their collections. It's also a great series for new crafters who are wondering what kinds of things they need to be successful in crafting. My name is Lindsay, and I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator now for, we're coming up to 19 years. I love my job. I love to craft. I love techniques. I love to teach. And so this is a really fun series to get to share with you. I'm sporting a new haircut, so I'm feeling real good about myself this Friday. It's nice to get a fresh haircut, so yeah, feel free to add your applause. I appreciate it. I am sharing with you a product that I haven't used a ton of, but I found some unique ways to be able to play with it, and I hope you're going to enjoy what I'm about to show you. Hi, Jacqueline. Happy Friday. Yeah, as a reminder, if you enjoy these videos, the best compliment that you can give me is to share them with your friends. So just go ahead and hit that share button, and that makes all the difference. You can also tag your friends in the video. They can watch along with you, and then you guys can chat together in the comments. Hi, Ashley. Nice to see you. Yeah, Friday, my friends. Do you guys have big plans this weekend? I'm still renovating, but it's coming along. I actually have lights going up in my basement right now, which is really exciting. There's something about lighting that just makes the whole thing feel finished, doesn't it? And we've got tile going up, which is exciting. And in less than 2 weeks, I'll have granite going in for like my fireplace and stuff. So anyway, we're starting to see an end date. So I really hope I can take you guys on a tour soon. Yeah, go ahead and share this video with your friends if you'd like. We're gonna get started here with some projects. I have 3 really fun projects to share with you today. And when I have a hard time deciding on the PYP card, that's when you know it's gonna be a great Friday. Okay, so hi Shauna. I'm gonna flip you around, do the awkward transition so you can see my hands, and we're gonna get started with some crafting. Okay, sorry, this is the part where you can tell I'm very technologically advanced in my video setup here. There we go. Good. Okay, I'm just gonna zoom in a smidge. Okay, today's topic is a product that coordinates with a bundle, and that is the Cloche Shaker Domes. So the Cloche Shaker Domes come with 10 pieces. They're all set up to be able to do shaker projects with, and I'm going to show you one today. And you can do a few other things with them too, which is really fun. So let me show you the suite that it goes with. The Classic Cloche Bundle comes with a stamp set, and it comes with dies. You can see that the ones that are highlighted here, that's the dies that cut out those shapes. And the whole bundle is $61. Now, as a reminder, if you place a $60 order before the shipping and tax, you are going to receive my free Sweet Stockings class in the mail this month. And I'm gonna actually give you a sneak peek because they're all ready to go in the mail. Okay, let's get started. So the first project, I'm actually bringing in a stamp set that is not part of that bundle, but it does coordinate with that bundle, and that's called Sweet Treats. So this is from the mini catalog as well. And it has some really, really fun artwork in it. This is like way up my alley as far as style goes. I love this sort of cutesy, cartoony looking style. And I wanted to showcase this. So I'm already thinking ahead to Valentine's Day. So this is a nice all occasions one because it does include a birthday, Christmas, and then you can even incorporate in some Valentine projects as well. So let me show you what I mean by that. So we're going to bring in a couple of pieces of paper. The first one is a piece of basic white, and I'm going to use Memento ink to stamp 5 of these cookies. Now, are you guys familiar with what a Linzer cookie is? And that's not just a cute way of saying cookies for me. Linzer cookies they're like a sandwich cookie, and you cut out the top and then you put jam in the center. Yeah, so I think that that's what these are supposed to be, is a Linzer cookie. Now, I will take credit for eating them too, but yeah, this one now we're going to take vellum, and this vellum I've already added a piece of the adhesive sheet on the back, and we're going to stamp over. Oh no, we're not going to stamp yet. This is the technique. This is what I'm here to show you. I'm going to bring in some blends. So these are the Flirty Flamingo combo, and I'm going to start with my dark, and I'm just going to go over top of some of it. There's no rhyme or reason to how I'm doing this. Okay, and then we're gonna bring in the light and we're gonna fill in some of the blanks here. Just like that. Has anybody else watched Squid Game yet? I know. It's like kind of dark, but if you liked Black Mirror, it's kind of in that same vein. It was really interesting. Okay, so we've put the Flirty Flamingo blends on there. Now I have my water painter, and I've filled it with alcohol. Happy Friday, Lori. Yeah, say hi. Make sure you say hi to me and let me know where you're tuning in from. I love seeing your names pop up. Okay, so I'm just taking the alcohol that's inside this paintbrush, and I'm just dabbing it over top of the vellum. So this is like that blends vellum technique. What happens is the alcohol in the water painter interacts with the alcohol that's included with the ink, and it makes this really, really fun technique. So cool. So we're gonna set that aside to dry, and I'm going to bring in some basic white cardstock. So I have already pre-cut out the cloche, and that's from the cloche dies. So this is what they look like as a set. And here you can see I've used that to cut that out. So I'm going to bring in the little cloche stamp, and I'm going to ink that up. And this is all from, this one is from this one, and this one is from the coordinating set. So now we're going to line it up and hold our breath while we do this on camera. I think I got it. Did I get it? That's pretty good. It's pretty good. You guys will forgive me, right? It's Friday. Okay, now I'm just adding that little topper. Okay, it's good enough for now. Next, we are going to bring back our little hearts. And I'm going to use some of the Stampin' Blend. So this is the dark and light crumb cake. And we're going to color our little Linzer cookies. Does anybody have a good recipe for these? I'd love to try making them. They look really finicky, but I don't know that they are. If somebody's made them, please comment and tell me how they went. I'm not gonna color all of them, but just enough to kind of give you the feel of how they go. Now I'm bringing in the light crumb cake, and we're just gonna fill in the rest. So you'll notice I just kind of put the dark where the detail had been drawn onto the cookie. Isn't this a cute style? Love this style of stamp. Okay, just like so. So next, I'm going to use my heat tool, and I'm just going to speed up the drying on the blends here, just for the sake of time. I want to make sure it's all dry. So it creates that fun shape to it. So now I'm going to bring that cookie stamp back in, and I'm going to stamp it over top of the vellum. I'm going to give a couple of them. And I would normally do all 5 to match up with the 5 cookies that I've just done. And then I'm going to use black embossing powder, and we're going to go over top. You can see where I didn't let it dry completely, but that's okay. Use our heat tool, and we're going to emboss. Okay. There we go. So we get that nice black embossed look. So this is where we're going to bring in our paper snips, and I'm going to cut out the center of the cookie. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? I know, right? Okay. So again, we would have done this 5 times if we were walking through the whole project, but just so that you guys can see how I did this, we're going to follow along our little embossed area. What's your favorite kind of cookies, guys? If you've been following along, you know that I'm a huge fan of chocolate chip cookies, and I actually eat chocolate chip cookies almost every day. That's how much I love them. They're like my lunchtime dessert, because I believe life is short and you should eat the dessert. Okay, so there you have the Linzer cookie, right? With the jam inside the cookie. Do you see what I did? So then you're just gonna take your scissors and you're gonna fussy cut these out. And again, I'm not gonna make you watch me cut them all out. Yeah, chocolate chip, Lori, right? You cannot go wrong with the standard chocolate chip. I love them. And there's, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I have to be grain-free due to a health condition I developed about 10 years ago. So I can't eat oats or rice or definitely not wheat. It's a little bit problematic actually, but there's a company called XO Baking Co. and they make amazing grain-free mixes, and their chocolate chip cookies are like, my non-gluten-free friends do not know the difference. Oh, peanut butter, Lori. Yes, that's a good flavor of cookie. Okay, so then we're going to just go ahead and stick those inside the cloche. And I'm going to do just one, just for the sake of making the magic happen. So you can see where I'm going with this, right? So we'd have 5 cookies layered in there. So here you can see is my 2 layering pieces for my card front. So the way I found this to be the easiest, I cut a piece that is 3 3¾ by 5. 3 3/4 by 5. And then this one is 4 by 5 1/4. And so I'm just going to line it up as if I was sticking it down. And then I'll use my Stampin' Seal and we're going to stick this in place. So we're just going to hold that down, use this like a little puzzle cutout, and now we know exactly where to stick that. So next we're going to bring in our little cloche. And the handy thing about these, so they're I think $10.75, is they have 2 sets of sticky strip on them. So there's one set on the top and one set on the bottom. And so that's going to help you adhere it properly. So I'm going to pull this off. So the top one I'm going to pull off first. And then I'm going to layer it below our card front. And then what I would do is remove this piece and then stick that on top like that. And that's how you can easily stick it into place. Does that make sense? Now I did a little bit more detail on the front of this card, and that was using the detailed heart die. And I know that's retired, but you guys know how I feel about it. I'm very, very passionate about that detailed heart die. I love it so much. I used some shimmery crystal effects. You could also use multi-purpose glue if you can't get the crystal effects. And I just picked it up with my take your pick tool, and then I added hearts to the background to kind of keep within that love theme. I'm just going to add a few to show you what I mean. So easy to stick things down when you're using a take your pick tool. And then you've got the finished product. So let me show you what it looks like when it's all done. Are you ready? There we go. So here you can see are the 5 cookies that I shared, and you can see how we use that Stampin' Blends technique with the vellum to be able to create the Linzer cookies inside. I added the hearts to the greeting as well, and I used shimmery crystal effects to just add a little bit of texture to that heart because we've got a lot of popping up going on here. Fun, right? Yeah. Oh, I actually just bought, let me just grab it real quick. I just bought a template. I haven't even taken the sticker off for Canada Post to be able to see how much it costs to send things. So just to kind of show you, these ones do require extra postage because they don't stick through the standard one. You're going to want to use the oversized envelopes for that. So these ones will not go through regular mail. Okay, let's move on to the next project. So this one is really thinking outside the box when it comes to these cloche, what are they called? Cloche shaker domes. So let me show you what I mean by that. Okay, so I've done some of the prep work already. The first thing I wanted to do, I'm going to do the cloche first so that it has time to dry. So I was thinking about that vellum technique that I just showed you. And I thought, I wonder if that could work with these domes. This dome here seems a little bit, look at it. It was cut off center. Do you see that? Oh, that's super funny. Okay, I'm going to grab a different one. So I'm going to bring in my dark Misty Moonlight blend, and I'm going to color the entire inside of this cloche. Sorry, that sound is probably irritating. Okay, just like that, all the way around. You could pick any color. Then we're going to bring in that water painter with the alcohol inside it again. And I'm actually just going to dry this really quickly. You don't want to do it for too long because you wouldn't want to melt the little cloche, but here, this makes it a little easier to see. Okay, so I'm going to just squeeze my water painter and then drop some of the alcohol in there. We're going to keep drip dropping all the way around, just like that. And it's not going to have the exact same effect as the vellum because this vellum is porous and this is not. But the beauty of blends is that they stick to every surface, right? So then we have that alcohol interacting with the blends. So we're going to be able to get kind of that snowstormy look. Oh, you guys are liking this. Thank you. All right. Okay, let's keep going. So next, I had already done the die cutting for the trees, and this came from that same cloche die set, so those little trees I used. And I put foam adhesive on the back so that we'd be able to easily pop them up. And I'm going to use a little bit of that Shimmery Crystal Effects. Again, you could use any kind of glue, or if you have one of those old Versa markers, this would work really well for that too. So I'm just going to add some of the glue to my tree. I'm going to add some to each of the branches here, like so. And we're going to do that on all three of them. Okay. And then we're going to bring in some white embossing powder. So I wanted to give a lot of texture to my trees. And that's the thing about these cloches, right, is you can add a lot of 3D items to the inside of the cloche. Next, I'm going to bring in that heat tool, and I'm going to just go ahead and emboss the white. And it's also going to heat up and make the glue bubble, which is kind of funny. But it looks really neat when it's done because it kind of looks like snow that's stuck to the trees. So it just takes a hot minute here. Get it? Hot minute. And then we're going to see how it's all bubbling. This is like science experiments this Friday. Okay, just like so. And then I'm going to bring in my handy dandy chalk marker. You guys, if you don't have a chalk marker, you're going to want to get one because they are the most amazing way to add a little bit of extra detail to your project. And I'm just kind of filling in the blanks. So anywhere where I want to see snow, but I didn't get it before, I'm just going to add it to my project. So we've got the embossed texture, and now we're adding the marker texture to it. So we're really going overboard to make this look snowy. Okay, so next I'm going to bring out my little cloche die that has already been cut out. And then I'll just peel these off the backing, and they just act kind of like stickers. So we're gonna stick one there, and we're gonna stick one over here. And then we're going to use a dimensional, and we're going to add it to the back of this little tree. And we're gonna stick that here. And that's just gonna make it lift up from the other trees. So we have that going on. I also am bringing in some little dots. So this is all from the Classic Cloche stamp set. That's a tongue twister. And we're going to use Smoky Slate to give some really subtle dots in the background. So we're going to give a few so it looks like snow falling, like that. And then we're going to create the background. So I am going to use my Designer Series paper. So this Designer Series paper, what is it called? Let me see if I can find it really quickly for you. Sorry, rookie. This one is called Peaceful Place, the 12 by 12 paper. Now I didn't want it to be gray because I was working with a navy theme. So I brought in my Misty Moonlight Classic ink, and I'm using my Stampin' Blends to be able to add some color to that paper. So that's one of the things that's so lovely about neutral Designer Series paper like that, is you can change it to be any color that you want using your ink. So I'm just going ahead and using that Stampin' the blending brush to go over top of the background, and we're just making it turn from gray to blue. And then because we have that foil effect in the paper with the snowflakes, the ink goes ahead and resists all of the snowflakes. So then you have navy and silver in the background instead of gray. Cool, right? Yeah. So the other thing I brought in, I love the cabin dies. You guys saw me play with those a couple weeks ago. And this little die here has the effect to make, and I think it's supposed to be the negative that you put, so there's holes for the snow. But I really like the little embellishment factor that comes from cutting those out. So I just have a couple here. And what we can do is bring back in our little blue cloche. And I'm going to just use my glue, wherever I put my glue. Where did I put it? No. I set it down somewhere that my eyeballs are not seeing it. Oh, it's right here. Okay, and we're gonna add a few different little snowflakes onto the top of it. We're just gonna stick those on like that. So we're not really making a shaker one, but we're making more of a frame. So then when we finish it, it would have that kind of look to it. So let me show you the finished project when it's all put together. So here we have all of our little snowflakes on top of the cloche. You can see we've created that Stampin' Blends effect. So it almost looks like, you know, one of those water domes, but there's no water inside of it. And then you can see that navy background that we've created. That's fun, right? Yeah, I like that too. Okay, my friends, we are gonna move on to the PYP card. So this one, we're actually going to do a traditional shaker card. So let me show you how we are going to put this together. Okay, so I have pre-cut some of my pieces. So I'm gonna bring in my cloche, and we're going to use that same stamp set, this one, the Sweets and Treats set with the adorable artwork. And, oh, you guys are so nice. Thank you for telling me you love it. We're going to go ahead and use our memento to stamp some cupcakes. So we're gonna stack them up so that they're like in a bakery window, right? So we're gonna do one here, and we're gonna do one here. And then we're gonna use the photopolymer to our advantage, and we're gonna stack the one on top, just like that. Yeah. Okay. Then we're going to bring in some polished pink, and we're going to ink up, let me see, make sure I've got the right one, light and dark, yep. We are going to color in our cupcakes, and I'm not gonna do them all, I'm just gonna show you one so you can see how I did it. So we're kind of adding our dark polished pink to the outsides, and then I'm bringing in the light, and I'm actually going to be leaving kind of like a watercolor effect where you don't color the whole thing in. We're going to leave just a light spot, just like that. Same with, I'm going to use this very light Flirty Flamingo, and I'm going to color in my cupcake wrapper. This is a very pink card. I have been, look at my nails, except for this one. I have been in a pink mood lately. Oh boy, I think it's because it's getting darker and I just want light and fun. Then I brought in Flirty Flamingo, and I'm gonna kind of trace along the wrapper so we give a little bit of a shadow detail, and then along the bottom as well, and along here. And then we're just gonna kind of add a couple like that. And then we wanna add in our soft suede, which is going to be the cupcake part of it. Okay, so you would do that on all three pieces. Next, we're going to bring this in. So same thing, you do your coloring here. But again, I don't want to make you watch all that. You guys know how to color. I'm bringing in my Stampin' Seal, and we're going to use the little cutout that I've pre-done. We're going to line up the edges of this bad boy so we can see where we want it to be. And then we're going to use that like a puzzle. Okay, so that's going to go in like that. And then we remove this. we're going to bring in our cloche. And I'm going to stick this, take off the top, and I'm going to stick this underneath the little cutout we made there. So now we've got the ability to remove that and stick that down, right? Okay, but before we do that, we're going to add the shaker part of it. Now, I used something that is not a Stampin' Up! Product. This was just something that I had in my craft collection. We don't have a lot of glitter right now, I've noticed. But this one is like, I think it's for nails. I don't even know why I had it. It's just, you know how you collect things over the years? But it looked to me like sprinkles that you would put on cupcakes. So I just added some sprinkles to here. But I wanted to show you a Stampin' Up! Product you could use to get the same effect. So this is called Sequins for Everything. And these little sequins work really well as a glitter effect too. So you can just take these and put a little pinch on top of your cupcakes. So as much as you want to be in there. And it's nice because it does come with a few different colors. And you can see it's a Stampin' Up! Color with the flirty flamingo. There we go. And then you would remove this and then sandwich it in there. And that's how you're going to get the shaker effect, right? Okay, let me show you the finished project. Ready for the PYP? Okay, my friends, here we go. Oh, look at that. It's so pretty. Yes. So like I said, this Sweets and Treats is such a nice stamp set because it's very all occasion. The sweet cloche domes are super inexpensive, and it makes it for a really fun interactive card. So let me show you the finished projects one more time. So here we've got the PYP card. Here we have our little technique with the Stampin' Blends to be able to create the winter background. And there we have our little Linzer cookies that are done with the vellum and the blends technique. Okay, I'm gonna flip you around one more time so that we can chat face to face. Sorry, awkward transition. Hello, friends. Yes. Okay, so did you sorry, crooked. Let me fix this. Okay, there we go. Oh, you think they're, see, Lori, thank you, because I had a hard time picking which one I was gonna show as a PYP, so I really appreciate that. We're on the same page. So I hope you enjoyed seeing those cloche domes. Have you guys played with them yet? You got to pull them out. If you have them in your collection, pull those out, start playing with them. If you don't have them in your collection, you're going to want to go ahead and order those. So remember, I was going to show you guys the sneak peek of the cards. Okay. If you place a $60 order before the shipping and tax, before the end of October, you are going to receive in the mail my Sweet Stockings class. Are you ready to see it? Okay, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody that I showed you. Somebody will take away my Cloud9 Stampers card. Okay, number 1. Yes, I know. Number 2, this is so cute. Oh my god, look at a little puppy. Yep. Number 3, okay, this one, like, oh my gosh. And then number 4 is this. So if you place a $60 order, you get all of the supplies pre-cut sent to you. We do a video, you get to put them together with me. All you need, actually, I know it looks complicated, but all you need is a greeting set, an ink pad, and you need standard adhesive like the dimensionals and Stampin' Seal. If you need any of those things, it can be included in your $60 order. And if you wanted to, you could just get the Sweet Stockings stamp set, like the one that's in that collection, and then you'd have everything you need. Just saying. Okay, have a great weekend, you guys. Happy Friday. I hope you enjoy pizza and Prosecco night. I am really excited for it. It just feels like one of those days where I'm like, yeah, I know it's Friday. And I can't wait for my husband to get home so that we can get this party started. Okay, friends, have a great weekend. Thanks for crafting along with me. We will see you next time. Bye for now.